Hi there, welcome to Carcassonne with Itze. Today with the WTCOC, and for real this time, no more friendly games, it's the group phase. And the opening game is of Group C. It's Lithuania versus Thailand. And these two face a tough road ahead. There are Mexico and Portugal, both quarterfinalists last year. There's Romania, and I think everybody knows they feature at least two former world champions. And then there is, of course, Ukraine, the perennial powerhouse. But the Ukrainians have no WTCOC results to speak of, actually. That's rather a pity. No medals so far. They have a few in the ETCOC, but let's see if they will manage to change this year. Last year, as I said, Mexico was in the quarterfinals. They lost to the eventual winner, Japan, 1-4. The same goes for Portugal, 1-4 as well versus France, the silver medalist. But today it's Lithuania versus Thailand. And let's check these two out. We have 5 games, 5 duels, of course. There's old-time master Musachello versus Tamatamas. And there I definitely pick Musachello to win. Then we have Machinele for Lithuania versus Pakshi from Thailand. And the young Thai should take this one. I don't see a way for Machinele to win if Pakshi plays his A game. And then we have Euclid 314. I think that should be a Pi reference. And versus LZ Turkey. There I'd pick the Thai again. I've seen him play in the Asian Cup, and that looked quite strong. Then we have Liudusilis versus Idinidad. There it's the Lithuanian I'd pick, and then the 5th game is Kreukler versus Gun 007. And this could be the most interesting one of the bunch. Kreukler played a very good Champions League qualification this year. Didn't manage to win a match in the group stage, but at least qualified for the Champions League. And many strong players didn't. But their opponent today, Gun 007, is quite a strong expert. So, yeah, I slightly favor the Thai in the 5th duel. So let's check if they have already started, and they haven't. So BGA is a tad late, likely. Well, then let's check if the players are even online. And Kreukle is, and Gun 007 as well has already joined the game, so it started. I'll focus on this duel and will load the others in the corners. If you're more interested in the first 2 duels, so Musachello versus Tamatamas or Machinele versus Pakshi, feel free to check out Nalaheim's stream. He'll focus on them. And then, of course, I'll switch colors, so all Thai players will have blue meeples. Yeah, nice. So one of the players has blocked me. Yeah, that's cool. I guess we'll find a way around this. And they are playing quite fast here. So now I think all games should be ready. Colors should work out fine. And I can start commentating on this game here. So I hope they ease up with the tempo a bit. But we'll see about that. So there are more or less equal fields, but blue with their 8-point monastery and a scoreboard lead looks to be ahead right now. Yellow's feature over here looks quite nice. Maybe getting a Dorito here and then closing this with another, in this case the road Dorito, and yellow would look fine as well. Blue's monastery is limited to a 50-50 because 2 of the needed daggers are already gone. That's here is a bit iffy because, no, it's not just a bit iffy, it's more or less terrible because this limits yellow's field quite severely. Yellow goes for the closing here, and blue of course tries to block. Yellow can't defend, and if you can't defend, attack your opponent. At least kill one of their meeples if they do this to you. So this square is dead. Blue's meeple and yellow's meeple are dead as well. So this exchange is a +6 mini battle win for yellow, and considering they could kill another meeple of blue if they actually want to do this, because it's a 50-50 as I said. In the long run, yellow should have the meeple majority and take care of the scoreboard lead, but this here, why not just join blue? You need to score points, you need to equalize, and this way you just risk losing the game outright if blue gets to close this city. Yeah, blue defends their city at the bottom. even though there aren't that many city plus road pieces out there, all starting tiles are gone. All roses are gone. But blue continues, of course. Hopes to draw a cap before yellow can attack again. And now, oh, I'm not sure this is the better orientation. Or rather, I am sure it's the worst one. Because there are still 3 vanillas left. There's a vertical splitter left. And 1 dagger. Still, no, the 3 right-handed side daggers are gone. So turning the road into the city would have limited blue way more. In that case, blue would have needed the last left-handed dagger. That is also necessary to liberate their monastery, or a rotorito, for example, and then another cap over here. But this way is actually a perfect defense by yellow in blue's favor. And that's not a move you'd like to play, actually. So I guess yellow has to attack again. Instead, they hope to outscore or something. But if you go this route, then meeple this farm here. The possible 9-point farm. You have 3 meeples in hand. Why not? Blue kills this. And now attacks yellow city up top. But yellow gets a chance at the bottom. But blue immediately draws one of the city caps needed, and actually deservedly so. If your opponent blunders like this, I think they should be punished. So this looks like a blue win. There aren't large features for yellow to equalize the roughly 20-point difference here. There are still 3 monasteries out there, but actually no easy way to stack them. Now blue might just kill yellow city, and they did. So this one is dead as well, because all the right-handed daggers are gone. Broikle could respond in kind and kill blue's city meeple on the right, but giving 2 points to blue doesn't really help them. Taking the 5-point city may be closing this somehow. Yeah, they have to hope. They have to draw nice pieces. So blue just going over here with the straight, limiting 2 of yellow's city continuation squares to city plus road tiles, which are more or less gone. Would have been quite nice. Instead, they let the door open. Let's see if yellow can... Oh man. Yellow doesn't go for the city. Okay. Yeah, I do understand this, but actually, how do you want to score points here? How do you want to win this game if you don't go for big features. Yeah, nice 6, maybe 9 points in the end. Maybe you can even score this city cap and the big city from both sides at 24 points difference on the scoreboard. That's nothing you should take lightly. Blue tries to connect yellow's fields. So the idea of scoring these two city parts from both sides wouldn't work. But there aren't that many curves left to connect the fields. And both road monasteries are gone. So we'll see if blue is successful over here. And now Kreukle goes for the city, but the block will follow. Or blue connects the fields, which is a 6-point move for them. I hope Kreukle picks this here. This is really problematic because there's no city cap left to close here. So only the last rotary to would work there. But then you'd need a second cap. Not even sure if there are that many caps left. The vanillas are gone. Vertical splitters are gone. Yeah, looks like the caps are gone. So actually it doesn't really matter. So my idea of going here wouldn't have worked as well. So we are watching the fastest duel of the bunch. And let's see if this will be a fast 2-0 win for Gun, which would be quite nice for Thailand's chances here. As I said in the beginning, I'd favor them. I hoped for this one here to be close, but the first game, yeah. I wouldn't keep my hopes up if I were a Lithuanian fan here. Oh, bit scoreboard cosmetics by blue, just taking 4 points up top. But that actually doesn't really matter. Roughly plus 20 to maybe 30 in the end. Not sure what's Kreukle thinking about. Maybe taking a break just before the real break. On table 1, Musacello won their game 96-86. So at least the outcome I would have expected, and this here is a 25-point win for Gun. So let's check if they have already started their second game, and they haven't. Let's wait a bit. And now they are playing their second game. If BGA loads, that is. And as in the first one, Thailand with blue here. Perfect start for Gun, scoring this 8-point city. As compensation, yellow at least got one monastery, but is now Ukrained with a monastery by Gun. So yellow hoping to close their city sometime soon here. And of course, hoping to win this game to equalize their duel and force a decider. But they'd have to play a bit better than in the first game to reach that goal. Looks like Pakshi will win his first game as well. And Euclid with a slight upset, winning the first game versus Elset Teki. So that gives hopes to the Lithuanians. And now the pressure on, I think, table 3. Yeah, table 3 it is on the Thai player. But let's focus on table 5. Yellow snatches a 10-point city, equalizes the scoreboard. And now it's more or less tied here. Blue hoping to close this one. An attack by yellow, of course, is imminent. And if yellow were successful, this would bode well for them. So now maybe something like this here. Okay, they go for the more direct approach, which also works, but gives them fewer tiles to actually block this. Yellow likely following blue's lead and taking another monastery. Instead, they go for this block. And blue indirectly defends because putting the cow here would have left the 3 extenders to block blue city. So basically it would have been a 50-50, and the way they played this, yellow would need one of the 2 remaining left-handed daggers like this to kill blue city before blue gets one of the vertical splitters or vanilla caps like it happened. And the nice thing for blue is they also get this 9-point field here. Blue closes their monastery, takes another field, and yellow attacks this, leaves the city cap empty because they are more likely to snatch this, because it would or it could kill blue's monastery square, but that would also mean yellow's field attack would be thwarted. Yellow leaving a 10-point city just to take this field here. That's a pretty interesting move. And blue limits this to a starting tile or rows. Both are still available, 2 starting tiles still in the deck, as well as 2 roses. Yellow liberates their monastery, leaves the road empty because it would need a city plus road tile to close. Yellow took this city over here, created an evil hamster, and blue just got the perfect piece, the road monastery. And even though the scoreboard is tight right now, or more or less tight, unless yellow closes this one, I'd favor blue here. Blue's attacking option up top is still viable. There are still 2 left-handed daggers for this connection square. This option is killed. Ooh, interesting choice by blue. Yeah, that works nicely. They could have waited to then try and connect to blue city or kill this with any city plus road piece with the road facing to the right side. But this would have been a tad risky, only a tad, because 4 field Doritos are already gone and both splitters as well. So there actually is only 1 piece now that would fit here, and there would have been only 1 piece to defend or close yellow city before blue could attack or kill it. And that's likely why blue opted to just close their city and attack the field. They have 2 routes, so as insurance, if yellow gets to close their city, at least blue gets to take this huge field for themselves with a 3-1, maybe 3-2 majority. And there aren't really good attacking options left. There is this one, yeah, that's a prime one. So I think with any curvy or crossroad tile, yellow should attack there and then double down, take the field with 2 farmers at once when they connect over here. So if I were blue, I'd likely kill this square now, just to be on the safe side. So blue gets the starting tile to close the city and thinks about this because, of course, this connects yellow's farmer to the field as well. But in the end, they opt to take this, and now yellow scores over here, has a third farmer on the left side. Blue still hoping to get their farmer on the main field. And win the 50-50. Because if yellow gets the last field Dorito here, this doesn't look good for blue. They are about to lose the majority on their field. Not sure why yellow put the curve here. It seems they hope to connect both here and kill blue's monastery, but that's rather risky because blue has any incentive to kill this themselves, and they do. And now yellow needs a curve here and a straight on the left side. Considering they could have already connected on the right side, this could turn south for them. There aren't that many curves left, I think. So 2 curves left plus a dagger or 2 maybe. So 1 dagger still, and the regular crossroad would work as well. So now Kreukle should go over here, I think, and attack this field. Yep. And if they manage to get one of the 2 remaining crossroads, they take over the field. Of course, there's still a ninja attack for blue, like so. Or maybe even if they get one of the crossroads better this way. But we'll see about that. I'm not sure why BGA times me out here. So on table 1, Tamatamas forced the decider versus Musacello. And over here, blue attacked the ninja way and connected successfully. So right now, blue has 4 meeples on the main farm. And yellow desperately needs one of the crossroads to connect their 3rd and 4th meeple to the main farm as well. Yellow got the perfect piece, the last field Dorito to close their city. So if they just manage to tie the field, they'll win this game with the 17-point lead on the scoreboard, which isn't equalized by blue features because only things apart from the field blue has are these 9 points right now. But blue gets the first of the last 2 crossroads. And if they can dodge the last one as well, they'd win this game rather easily. And table 3 is equalized by the tie by LZ Techie. So they need a decider as well. And Gun deliberates what to do here, where to attack the field. And they could go for another ninja, but I'm not sure they should. I'm not up on the score here. I think on the count. The daggers are gone. There's still curves left. It looks like there is no curve left. So what about the road Doritos? There is the last one gone. And now it's a 50-50 flip and blue gets the crossroad, which should win them the game if I'm not mistaken. But I actually might be, because yellow's farmer in the middle scores the 9 points. So 17 on the scoreboard. How many cities are on the field? No, this should work out for blue. Yep. And ever so close. 1 point in the end. So blue puts Thailand on the scoreboard. And how about taking a look at the decider of Euclid versus Elseteki here? And they already have a nice juicy city in the middle that blue, of course, hopes to close here. They even put a monastery there to protect this. That is extra risky. Because the attack, of course, by yellow was for sure. There was no way around this. So blue now has to defend. There's no other option. And then they need 2 out of 3 cow tiles to close this city and protect it up top against attacks from yellow. For example, like this right now, if they are antsy, but they don't do this. Why do you not meeple this road? Well, only 2 in hand, but with still 4 crossroads in the deck, it's not that risky. And blue gets the first cow immediately, so perfect draws for them right now. And now they have a 75% chance to close this city. Who would have thought that just a few moves ago? Maschinele was able to win their second game versus Pakshi. That's unexpected. So these two need a decider as well. And Liudisilis and Idinidad are in the last stages of their second game. Which looks as if the Thai should win this one. But we'll see in a few seconds. And blue even got to close their monastery rather swiftly. And not just close this, but also created a platform, or rather another platform, to attack Yellow City and maybe even block 2 of Yellow's meeples here. And looks like they really know the deck. Blue gets the cow, takes the city, has a meeple on the field. Yellow now attacks this field, of course. And blue drawing like a god here. Now killing, or rather obstructing, Yellow's road and city is the way to go, because the piece you got is the piece Yellow needs, and there's only one left. And how do you go for the jugular? Do you kill this? One could have. Instead, he forces Yellow's road up top to a 50-50 and hopes to get a city plus field piece on the right side to kill these two, but keep their city alive. In the meantime, Yellow closes a city on the left, attacks the field with a second farmer, and blue gets one of the pieces they wished for, namely a regular Dorito, to kill 2 of Yellow's meeples. They are dead, scoring 9 points, and blue's meeple on the right side scores 7 right now, but it's still alive. There is still 1 splitter available, and else you could create a bigger city or ruin on the right side and just outscore Yellow's meeples. Leodicilis and Idinidet need a decider as well. So that's just what we wished for. Close games overall, even though I wouldn't have expected this, but who am I to complain here? I'm not sure why I can't open this one. Maybe check this again. Oh, they haven't started their third game. Well, let's just wait. Blue gets the splitter, but decides not to add this to their city on the right side, not forcing the issue, just taking the safer approach, attacking their own field or yellow's connection options. And of course, preventing yellow from taking this one for a super majority on the field. Yellow attacks via a curve. There are still only two curves left. 5 over here and these two. And there's the road monastery as well, the good old road monastery to connect. Blue gets the penultimate curve, so yellow only has one piece each for 2 squares left to connect. There is also this option here, for example. But instead they just connect their farmer on the left side. So let's check again if table 4 is playing their third game, and they are. Whoa, that's an interesting move by blue. They got the road monastery, got 3 points, but connected yellow to the field. So right now, this huge field here is yellow's because they have 1, 2, 3 meeples versus blue's 2, but blue's third farmer is waiting on the left side, just jumping at the bits to connect. Blue has a 6-point lead on the scoreboard, 3 points at the bottom, and on the right side that's a -2, so that's +7 minus these 5 points for yellow's road. So if blue were to connect successfully on the left side, they'd be ahead by 2 points. Whoever manages to win this field outright is very likely to win the game here. This was the last curve which yellow just placed. Blue adds another 2 points to their point total. Yellow scores 4. So even if blue were to connect right now, the game would be tied, and that's exactly why they attack this field again. Looks like there are still 2 vanillas. No, it's 1 vanilla out there. So 4 are gone. This square is dead because both road monasteries are already in play and all curves are gone. Yeah, but blue gets the last vanilla. Scores the 4 points, which puts them in the lead again. So yellow has to find a way to win the field. Considering there are still crossroads available, but not many curvy pieces. I think a ninja isn't really the move to go for. And this here, yeah, you could put it there to kill the square, because else the last crossroad would help blue to connect. But this might be a tad passive, because it actually doesn't help you. Blue scores 6 points over here, and that's more or less all they need if they can manage to keep the field, the main field that is tied. So blue now trying to figure out where yellow could attack, or if they just score more points, and they did. Yellow scores another city, but it doesn't help them. It actually doesn't help them. Blue takes 3 points, and there would be one last resort attacking option for yellow over here if there's still a piece available to connect there. But I don't think there is. All monasteries are gone. The vertical splitters are gone as well. Yep. So this is a win by blue. Musascello takes their... Excuse me. So Musascello takes their game. The fourth one with a 42 point spread versus Tamatamas puts the Lithuanians on the scoreboard. But in this year, LZ Czechy wins their duel 2-1 with a 12-point margin in the end. So we have 2 deciders, and we'll see which one of them will work in the favor of the Lithuanians and which in the favor of the Thailand. So right now it looks like Bakshi is closer to the end. So let's check their game for a moment until I figure the problems out with table 4. This looks like a lost game for yellow here. 3 dead meeples, because there's no starting tile left here, and of course there's no tile in the deck to close this city. Blue city up top is dead as well, and the field in the middle central one is shared, so Pakshi should win this one with the 26-point lead on the scoreboard. So I think I have managed to fix the other game, but I'll stay here right now. So, unless I'm severely mistaken and there is still hope for yellow here, which I don't see in no way. No Deus Ex Machina for Maschinele. Thailand will take this match, and they are right now playing on table 4 to get a better tiebreaker, because in this WTCOC the tiebreakers very likely will matter. If last year is any indication, there were quite a few close decisions in the end, especially the fight for the 4th best third group place finish and the last place in the playoffs, in which my team sadly lost out. But let's see if Idinidad manages to take the 4th win for Thailand today. This here will be over in a few seconds. And then we can congratulate. And here it is. Pakshi wins, and decisively so. So last refresh in this window. I actually missed to configure this. Yeah. So let's quickly change this. And now we have flags as well. So there we have it. Thailand will win this match versus Lithuania. And unless the Lithuanians would up their game by some levels, I don't see them winning another match here. I think this one was their best hope. This one I need to configure as well, of course. And set the date, because some of them have played before and we don't want to catch these games. And now I just need to understand why my tool doesn't work as it should. Well, I think this should be fine. So, what are we having here? A more or less tight scoreboard till still 14 tiles to go. So these 12 over here plus the 2 in hand. And a nice field in the center of the board, which is attacked. And successfully so by yellow up top. Yellow is the Lithuanian Leo de Celis here. Tight field on the left side. 7-point ruin for blue, but yellow's monasteries are scoring more than blue's features. Yellow managed to connect the fields on the right side. So right now blue has a 5-point scoreboard lead, plus 7 for this ruin, which is 12 plus 4, 16-point lead for for blue. And yellow's monasteries are scoring 15 points. So blue is ahead by exactly 1 point right now. And if they manage to connect at the top, if there are still pieces out there, let's check. It looks like the big tiles are mostly gone. Yep, there's still 1 cow left. And how about Doritos? There is 1 Dorito left as well. So as I was saying, connection over here would work very well for the blue one. This would take these 6 points away from yellow and put them ahead by 7 plus any points they'd gain with the newly placed piece. Yellow scores 5 points, pushes ahead. So yellow now is ahead by 4. Blue attacks this field again. Now it gets tricky for yellow, because this one not only attacks here, there's also a chance to connect to the left side or connect the left side to this one to create a 21-point field. But yellow could, of course, prevent at least the latter option, because both road monasteries are gone. Let's check how many curves are actually left for yellow to connect. So one is in the hand of yellow right now, for blue to connect. So there are still 2 remaining and blue gets one. And connects. And now, of course, yellow needs to connect here and hope to prevent this connection. And they just did, because this is the last big city piece. But right now, if yellow were to connect here, let me count again. I think if yellow connects here, they should be ahead. So blue has 7 plus 4, 11 plus 1 on the scoreboard, 12 points. Yep. Okay, that are the plus 4 by yellow. So if yellow connects at the bottom, they'd be ahead by plus 4 points. Blue gets the last curve. So is there still a straight remaining? And there is still one, but blue gets it. So this looks to me like these two are dead. And actually that was the last piece. So blue will win this game here. And this results in a 4-1 win for Thailand. Only Musachello managed to win a game, a duel here for Lithuania. And that's actually a nice start for Thailand. I wouldn't have pegged them on a 4-1 here. 3-1, yeah, quite likely, but not 4. So this is a good start for them. Let's switch the windows again and take a look at the group. As I said in the beginning, I'd favor the other 4 teams. Most likely the Ukrainians to win this group. But actually, these 4 teams are all quite good. They all have strong players. But the Ukrainians feature so many masters. But still, they can lose even all 3 games versus all 3 matches versus Romania, Mexico, and Portugal. But we'll see about that. So I won't stream tomorrow's game. Let's check the calendar. So this year, Group B, Italy versus Germany. I guess Nalaheim or Alexei will feature this one. Let's take a quick look at Group E. So from the ELO ratings, I'd say the heavy favorites in this group are, of course, players from RCP. They just have a lot of strong masters in their ranks, and I actually don't see them losing any match here. Maybe could get close versus Germany or Poland, but I'm not liking the Polish or our chances here. Maybe Italy would have a chance as well, depending on the lineup of RCP in their match, but I'd pick the RCP for 5-0 matches in this group. But then it's quite open, because not all squads have their best players in the lineup. Poland misses at least one master. Germany plays without several of their top players. And Italy has a strong squad. So these three should duel for the second place and then hope to get the third if they don't manage to snatch the second. And then we are having Uruguay and Slovakia, which I'd put at least one level behind the other 3 or 4 for that matter. So I don't expect Uruguay or Slovakia to win versus Germany and Poland. Maybe they stand a chance versus Italy, but I consider this unlikely as well. So in the end, if I had to pick a squad for the second place, I of course would hope it would be Germany, but this year I think the Polish team, maybe even the Italian one with Angostura and Polo Verde, they have 2 pretty strong experts, maybe masters right now. So that's tricky, tough. But my gut feeling says it's Germany versus Poland. One of them, whoever will win the match, will take the second place in this group, I'd guess. So let's check. Still folks online. Shall I review more groups? Well, why not? Let's check Group A. So here we are having... What are we having here? Ooh, the Hungarians. Bronze medalist from last year, I think. Or am I wrong? No, were they fourth? Let me just check. So Hungary, yeah, they won the bronze medal last year. So, well, I don't know about this year. I think this will be tough. They'd have to eke out China, Catalonia, and Hong Kong in this group, and I wouldn't favor them. Let's check the ELO ratings here. And the lineup, well, let's go to the team page. So, how about we use another setup here, which actually shows more. So we have Hungary. Well, two very strong masters in Siegfried and Wyszeczke. But then it's a clear drop off. Next best player, yeah, depending on time of day, Ferenc Kish or Mosopal, maybe. But I don't see them really taking this this group here. I think China is way too strong. They'd be my favorite. Finland and Australia likely dueling for 5th place. And then Hong Kong and Catalonia. Well, the Catalonians have, I think, Devdin and Pronom Feble in their ranks. They can win any duel, of course. And Hong Kong with Istang, Hillig, LSC, well, should be an interesting matchup. So actually, these four here could all qualify to the playoffs, but I'd pick China to win this group and then Catalonia and Hong Kong to duel for the 2nd place. So Group B I've covered. Group C we've witnessed today. Group D, and there we are having the United Kingdom, semi-finalist and 4th place finisher of last edition. And they'd be my pick to win this group. But Chile is quite strong as well. Let me check their lineup. So Chile has Vaineria, Adan Las Heras, H.T. Bry, Claudio Jorquera, Tito Arce. Well, these have been around the block a few times. They played a quite successful Copa America a few weeks ago. So this match, Colombia versus Chile, will be quite interesting. On paper, I'd favor the Chileans, but the Copa America showed how strong Colombia can be, at least on some days. So, yeah, only decision. United Kingdom will win this group, and one of the South Americans should snatch the 2nd place. I don't think Greece is strong enough. They have one really top player, of course, with Pantelis, former 2-time world champion. But then only, borderline experts. And this, more or less the same goes for Guatemala. Of course, they are missing a former world champion and don't have even experts in their ranks. So I'd peg them on the 5th place here. And now my voice breaks actually. So I'll cover other groups when I get to cover games of these groups. I hope this was at least some fun. But let's quickly check the calendar again. So next stream could be Spain versus France. That's on Thursday, and I'm quite likely to stream this one. This should be a close match as well, even though France won silver last year and should be the favorite. It's still Carcassonne, so we'll see how this one turns out. Yeah, nothing to say. So see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.